So welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. Today is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. We're in a regular board session. It's 10 a.m. and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sure. Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for a beautiful day today, and as we make decisions for the county, please let your guidance be our will. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Busdecker.
Here.
So at this time, we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board session on September 11th, 2025.
So move.
Second.
Okay?
Commissioner Busdecker.
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, so the minutes are approved. We'll jump right into the collaborative update. Bryce Riggs?
Perfect. I'll kick it off and then we'll turn over to each member of the team.
Here.
Exactly. So here, I've got the clicker. Thanks, Mark, for preloading this up for us. All right.
We used to that name, by the way, collaborative?
For the most part, yeah. Because Commissioner Franker did mess it up this morning, but we'll let him slide.
You say TSEP?
Exactly. As long as the check goes to the right place, we don't care. We're calling,
Formerly
right?
TSEP.
Exactly. My name's Bryce Riggs. I serve as the president and CEO of the Seneca County Collaborative. I just want to give an update about some of the things we've done over this past year. Normally, we'd give you the update and then ask for the contract renewal. A little bit different this year, contract renewal update. But the team, obviously I think you know the team, but we have Adam, who will provide an update today. Donna here as well. She'll provide an update. Judy Dezay handles our grants, and she works at the City of Tiffin. Marissa Huss is our Director of Tourism and Marketing, leads Destination Seneca County, but also helps with the overall marketing structure. Deb Marcherana is Director of Operations, and then Megan James, who we've hired, she's, I think, starting her 6th week, who's our Chamber Manager. So that's our team. As you know, in July, we did the formal announcement of the integration of the organizations as the Seneca County Collaborative. So a few things have happened since then. And there's the 3 divisions. I've talked about this during the renewal process, but obviously Develop, which we'll kind of talk more about today, and Downtown as well, and then Destination, which is the Visitors Bureau. A few things we've done recently in the last couple weeks. Downtown Tiffin moved into a new website, and so we're excited about that. But the biggest thing that I think is the consistency among the brands. I think as we serve our community, we obviously want people to know that we're here to support, that everything starts to kind of look and feel. Obviously, different mechanisms and different approaches on each organization, so that's the 4 different websites we've rolled out. Tony, you may recognize a familiar face in there as well, in the bottom left-hand corner. Mel and the Clan, and then as well as, our billboards, for example. This is the billboards that are out now throughout the community. So we have the Driving Progress, the Seek Seneca County, and Not Just a Place, Downtown Tiffin. And so you're starting to see some of these brands kind of be more a little cohesive and work in collaboration with each other to kind of promote an overall brand. I'm going to give an update more on the Develop side of things today, as like with the Downtown, but we also promote our community through our different social channels. I think we do a great job at kind of highlighting our community as people. I always say, we live in Seneca County, people connect with people, right? And so usually I have some social media stats out there. I'll be honest, we've, going through the integration of the former TSEP and former Chamber social media channels, there'll be some adjustment periods. I will say that our social channels are performing well, but we took what was the TSEP social media channels is now the Collaborative, and then we moved what was the Chamber into more of the Developed brands. We made some kind of adjustments on that, and obviously through the websites as well. And so again, that's how we promote kind of our things. I'm going to cover more of the business services aspect, kind of formerly what was the Chamber, and Adam will cover economic development. But obviously promotion is one of our 4 points that we really like to hit on this year. Obviously, as you know, one was the fair building. I think this was a good win for our community, good win for the fair board and the Eastern. There's Donna at the fair this year, but we had, I think, 27 different businesses set up along with the trustees. I think that worked really, really well, and we're looking forward to that ongoing partnership with them. Obviously, as you know, we're the bread and butter of a Chamber type organization, ribbon cutting, so plenty of those this year, a lot of things to celebrate, and we're really excited about this. But this was the EMS facility. We've obviously helped support the commissioners on some of the promotional things and work with Lynn and the team basically in terms of promoting EMS. So we're obviously excited to celebrate that. The Around the Town, which is about 3 weeks ago, and we brought about 1,200 kids, students from Heidelberg and Tiffany University in the downtown, and did promote 45 different businesses set up. So again, promoting our community to maybe for some first timers in our community. My favorite was we had a student who attended, and then all of his friends left, and he's like, "Hey, sir, I don't know how to get back home." And so we had to arrange to get him facilitated back to where he needed to be. But sometimes people, they come from all over the world, and they get, dropped into TIFF, and then it's our job to kind of help promote the different businesses and resources that are available to these students. Our monthly luncheons, I think we've learned a lot this year. This year was the first year we kind of kicked that off. It's been monthly to this point. Next year we're going to roll it out more of a bi-monthly schedule. And so those have been really good. This was at the legislative lunch that we had. We just had one yesterday, and one of the Commissioner Franker and the Actagon House for supporting it. We had Miranda from the Small Business Development Center. So again, integration of kind of what was formerly Chamber and TCEP into this. I think it's been a good experience, but we're actually learning as things go on. Our Safety Council program, now we manage the Safety Council program for the entire county. We've grown the program. When I started, I think we had 30 people in the program. The last luncheon, I think we had 75 employers at the luncheon, which is really good to see. It's a great resource, as well as keeping people safe. Other things as well, the Industrial Management Council, we run that program, and that's for our industrial partners. This was out at the Pioneer Mill about a month ago, and this is them providing updates about what's happening. Again, I think our job is to bring like-minded people to the table, and they can share ideas and concepts so we can continue to grow as a community. So we're very involved with that as well. Nonprofit Leadership Alliance, we manage that program. We manage about 40 to 45 different employers, nonprofits throughout the community come together on a quarterly basis, again, bringing people to the table, and we partner with United Way on this. I know Amber Boardman and Nikki Dissel were just in, but we partner with them as well on the Nonprofit Leadership Alliance. And then also just different things as well. So for example, the HR Association for the county, we just actually now took that over in terms of management, so we now manage that program. So we're always looking for opportunities, and this was another one. We did a lunch and learn with Terra State. We provided free lunch, but the Ohio Tech Credit Program is a free opportunity, a reimbursable training opportunity for our local employers. And so we did 40 different employers show up to this lunch and learn. I know Barb was there. And this was, again, reimbursable. Our office is going to start taking advantage of the Ohio Tech Credit Program, but again, like these things are important to us. And then we also did one earlier in the year with Jobs Ohio and the Regional Growth Partnership in terms of, we did one for the small business grant. We've actually, this year, Adam will talk about this, but we had 2 Jobs Ohio small business grants been approved, which is the most I think we've ever had in a single year. So those programs are turning into results, which is good to see. Other things as well, the CPR first aid training. This is, I think, extremely important. Since we started this, we've had, I think, upwards of 100 different people get certified in CPR, AED, and first aid. I think people know how important that is, and we want to make sure that people are prepared in the most vulnerable situations. And then I'm going to turn to Adam to cover more of the economic development from this past year. So with that, Adam Gilmore, our Economic and Workforce Development Manager. And we'll take questions at the end.
Yeah, so as Bryce said, my name is Adam Gilmore, Economic and Workforce Development Manager. So one of our primary focuses when we do economic development is our business retention and expansion visits. This is 3 examples of the businesses that we've gone out and visited this year: American Plastics, Church & Dwight, and Palfinger. Obviously, we've done more than those 3. To date, we've done about, I want to say 45 this year in total between Bryce and myself and RGP. So these businesses, these BR&Es are very important to us. They help us to generate projects, learn what companies are doing, and see how we best can support them. Importantly, we are going to begin rolling out a similar program. We're calling them rural development visits out to smaller rural businesses so that we can actually get into those, talk to them, see how we can support them. Bryce mentioned the Jobs Ohio Small Business Grants. That's a great program for these smaller businesses that are within Jobs Ohio's 11 target industries. So this is one of the expansions that I'm sure anyone who has driven through Tiffin or around Heidelberg has seen out at the National Machinery site. This is Wessels, a division of National Machinery. They produce the large pressure vessels, the cooling tanks that are used in data centers and plenty of other facilities. They needed more space, wanted to expand, and so are expanding out on Greenfield Street there. That's going to be about 100,000 square feet and bring about 20 new jobs into our community. Very excited for that project and excited to see that investment there continue. Paraport Doors, this is a company that relocated into Tiffin to help streamline their production process and give themselves some room for expansion. Paraport Doors, they produce those large doors that you see on the building. They ship globally and are really well regarded in the industry. So they moved to Tiffin in the North Star Industrial Park from Fostoria because this building was available, and it allows them to, again, streamline their production process and then expand into the future. Frankert Powerline Services and RKR Traffic Control, they're two companies that operate together. This is going to be their new headquarters. It's out on County Road 54.
Hey, can I interrupt you?
Yes.
When did you guys take that picture?
That was 2 weeks ago. That was right before you guys hand delivered that permit. So that they put the footers in, they start putting the footers in when you guys hand delivered that permit. I think that, like later that week, so.
I didn't hand deliver it.
I think it was Tony hand delivered it.
I was just gonna say,
Man,
what?
that's service.
Tony actually stopped out there, we were driving by, and if you know Tony, I hate to interrupt your stuff. He's like, what are those guys doing out there? We were coming back from something, and we stopped and talked to those guys for probably 45 minutes. It was a great visit, but they had nothing started yet, so that's a great picture for me.
Yeah.
Because they put footers in, they're completed now with the footers as
You
of
got
this week.
permit, they asked this, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
I just.
we pushed it along the process.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. Bryce
Just like
has,
seeing the picture.
we have a great relationship with Ben Bodart of the Bodarts Photography. He takes a lot of drone pictures for us, and I think they are very good at communicating the scale of the work that's being done in our community when we do these development projects. So, Wessels, this was another one of Ben's photos, and you really do get a good sense of how much work has to be done in order for these expansions to take place. This is a Hopewell Township project just on the outskirts of the city of Tiffin, right across from the county's current industrial park. And this is going to be their headquarters for Frankert Powerline Services and RKR Traffic Control.
And that was a Jobs Ohio small business.
Yes, that is an important thing to mention. This was a job.
He was really neat to talk to. I don't want to keep
Yeah.
interrupting you, but, you know, when we stopped and talked to them, kind of telling how he started and.
Yeah, you don't, this is the type of company that like, when we think of expansions or companies or job creation, we're not thinking about, linemen or people going out and actually building our power lines, or the guys just making sure that you're not hurting the people installing power lines or doing any road work. And this is really important work, and it's very well-paid jobs, too. TH Plastics, this is a spec building, or an expansion to a spec building that was built.
I can't believe they're adding on already.
Yeah,
That's a second expansion too, right?
Correct.
yes. So this is the final expansion that they can do at this facility. It's about 130,000 square feet total. This is a site that has really been, they've been eyeing it for expansion for a while. And when the need arose in the company, they chose to expand here. So we're very excited to see this go up. Klaus Construction is doing the work. You've probably seen just how quickly they're able to do that, and it's really impressive. This is our spec building out on Mall Road, so the Eagle Rock Industrial Park. The owner of that building just completed a 50,000 square foot addition to it. And this is really important to talk about how we actually do a little bit of our economic development and how we bring new companies in. We've been submitting this building pretty consistently throughout the year for Jobs Ohio leads. So these are site selectors who go to Jobs Ohio and say, hey, we're looking for X, Y, and Z. They give us that, Jobs Ohio, RGP, the Regional Growth Partnership, gives us that information, and we then submit that out into their system. So we've been spending that additional 50,000 square feet on the building. The 30,000 square feet that was available has filled, thankfully. So we're hopeful in seeing the lead for this. It's been a very good fit for some of the recent leads that have come through. So very excited to see that. There's also the ability to expand on with another, some more square footage on the back there. It's really one of our, spec buildings are the best way that we're able to attract companies. They like a turnkey solution. They like being able to just go right in immediately. So this has been an ongoing project, making sure that we're doing that. This is also a great opportunity to mention the site selection rankings. These spec buildings are a great driver of that for us. So this year we are seeing, right now, about $100 million total investment so far this year is about what we're on track to see. Probably a little bit more than that when all things are said and done. And that's going to help us a lot. We have 7 projects right now that we're eyeing for site selection, running the traps on those, make sure that they're all a good fit. But we're very hopeful that we're going to be well ranked again this year. Barb and I have been working on this quite a lot. It's quite painful sometimes, but we love it. It's a lot of fun. So Safe Built, they are our building official here in Seneca County. Barb and I, and we have Develop Seneca County has really been working to get all the villages into the Seneca County Building Department. They are currently at the state, and that's a very slow and cumbersome process. So trying to get them under the villages under the Seneca County Building Department to streamline the process of issuing building permits and ensuring compliance and getting these projects done and across the finish line. This is one business that we were able to help, Tavern 19 in Bloomville. It takes a little bit of time to get a building permit through the state, so helping them work through that process and eventually getting a permit issued for a kitchen on the side of their building where they now do pizza and subs, and it's absolutely delicious.
They have food now?
They do have food, yes. If you haven't had the chance to get out there, it's really good pizza. It's really good pizza.
I like pizza.
The Seneca County Revolving Loan Fund, we recently took this over from regional planning in Julie's office. And we're already, this is a program that has been pretty dormant for Seneca County for a while, but we're trying to revive it, bring it back in. Now that has involved quite a lot of work on our part, just getting it spun up, learning the particulars of the program and getting it ready. So we have launched a expression of interest form on our website. This is a great tool for that the last money in to make a project happen. There are a few strings attached to it because it is CDBG money or Community Development Block Grant money, but those are fairly easy hurdles to clear. So if you are looking for that last little bit, if a business is looking for that last little bit of funding, this is a phenomenal tool for them to use. It's a Seneca Entrepreneurial Opportunity Clearinghouse. It's a mouthful. This has been a long-running program, started in 2021, and we are still seeing quite a lot of use out of it. We've had 3 leads to date this year, 3 businesses that are seeking a sale through this, the TSEOC this year, and we operate countywide. There is nothing like this in Fostoria, so we work very closely with Fostoria, their chamber, and their economic development team to make sure that those businesses have access to these services. The most recent business we listed was a Fostoria business, so we are pretty excited, and we should have another listing up here in the next couple weeks.
This is important, because if I have a business and I ran it for 40 years, a lot of times I would retire and just close the business.
Yeah.
Business goes away, a couple employees get laid off. What they do is they
Try to find a buyer for that business. So current businesses, small family business, doesn't have to be that, but this works great because they don't know how to go about it, and
it's
they want to keep it kind of confidential. And
Yeah.
so I think you guys have done a really good job of
This is a model
trying to
program.
make that happen.
You know, we're very happy to be able to host this program simply because it has been a model regionally and
one of
state.
those?
Yeah, they were.
Okay, so there's a company,
There's a we've
oldest
had-
company in Ohio,
Yeah.
right?
Joe
Flower
wants to
Land.
sell it, and you found a buyer, a
Yep.
match, and look at Kibler Shoes. That's a textbook case. I
Yeah.
remember that one.
Flowerland, Fostoria,
Fostoria,
Florist was another business that went through the clearinghouse. This has been a really successful
Great.
program. You know, we can't guarantee a sale through the clearinghouse, but what we
Right.
can do is help a business owner try and get the value out of their business at the end of their personal entrepreneurial career. So this has been a great resource and also helps to, keep those resources here. We would not have a locally owned shoe store with the expertise that you see without a program like this. And then this is our sites and buildings listing. This is a recently added system for us. Took quite a lot of work on Bryce's part to get this up and running. And so what this does is this pulls data from a couple of sources and puts them automatically onto a map so that people can view what real estate is available for us. Where can I put my business? If I want to start a business, if I want to move my business into a new space to fit my expansion, where can I do that? So it pulls data from the internet, from the data brokers, puts it on there, and then we are also able to go in and add properties manually, and that's something that I've been working on right now. You can see 3 properties that are obvious. In Bascom, Attica, and up below Fort Seneca, those are all properties that have been manually added that aren't caught by the data brokers. So this is a great resource for anyone in the area who is looking to start or expand their business. They can find a new space to do so here. Workforce development, we've been working to kind of fill the gap. Carol Owen left at Ohio Means Jobs. She had quite a lot of experience, quite a lot of knowledge that we are never going to be able to replace quickly. So we are working on that. These are 2 programs that we run on the entrepreneurial front. Lemonade Day, this is a great program to get young children interested in starting a business, running a business. This was originally started under the chamber and has now entered more under the development arm. And this has been a really great program. If you see the kids out at the farmer's market selling their lemonade, go buy some. You see some pretty impressive sales tactics, I'll just say that. And then Seneca CEO, this is a program that we helped start up 4 or 5 years ago now. This is the largest class that the CEO program has ever had here locally, and it's a really great resource. It has started or led to multiple permanent businesses that students created while they were in this. Heiser Cattle out in Attica started as a result of this program. It's a really great program. Love it, and these students are incredibly motivated, and you see them grow in ways that you never would expect.
So in other words, we have the lemonade days, we have the kids that make the lemonade, and then we have the value added with the CEO that puts the vodka in or whatever we have, and then we got the end product.
That's the spirit. That's what we need.
Spirit, right, it's got the value added.
You
Don't get my secrets up, all right?
They sold it pretty well.
Yeah, they
They were
hustle.
pretty,
Yeah, I mean, they work.
yeah.
I wish I had that. I wish I had the energy of a kid selling lemonade. It's impressive. Then more on workforce development. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're seeing a student boot camp. This is when students go out to businesses, learn about them, see what is available in an industry. It's a really great program to help students realize, you don't need a 4-year degree in some specialization to get a really good job in our community. You can do it right here without that, maybe some specialized education on the back end, and you're going to be all set to go. It's really great. And then this is Northwest Career Ready. That is the Business Advisory Council for our area. They are a great coordinating resource between businesses and the schools. And it's really designed to help make sure that those pathways to a career exist. I was just at a meeting today. A lot of great discussion took place around, trying to better coordinate between the schools and the businesses to make sure that the businesses and the schools are operating off the same information and actually doing the outreach to students. Also say on the workforce development part, we are working, or finalizing the details for our skills showcase, previously the manufacturing showcase. And that is a tool that brings in freshmen from area high schools to get them hands-on experience with what it may be like to work in a business and build those skills and those other professional skills that they would need in a workplace, and kind of see what they're interested in, where do you fit, what is available to me as a student. So very excited to see that take place on October 3rd. A lot of different industry areas now, not just manufacturing, but also in the construction industry, the healthcare industry, the logistics industry. So very excited to see that take place. I hope to have some more updates on that for you soon. But I want to hand it over to Donna Gross, our downtown
Good job.
Tiffin Main Street manager, to take it from here.
Thanks, Adam. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we've got going on downtown Tiffin. We're celebrating our 10th year of being an accredited Main Street through the National Main Street Program hosted through Heritage Ohio. Last Wednesday, we had a fantastic downtown Main Street celebration summit. We appreciate everyone that got to come to that and see that celebration. It was a fantastic night. We had a great panel. We brought back Aaron Montz, David Zach, Amy Reinhart, who were there in the beginning 10 years ago, and gave us their perspective on how things started and really challenges and just that things that they had to put together to make this program a go. We also had some community awards that were given out, and then we had an update from the Gibson Hotel people. They came in from Lakewood, Ohio, and gave a nice little reveal of what the front of the hotel will look like. So it was a really nice evening. And then this past week on Tuesday, we had Heritage Ohio come and do a transformation strategy assessment with us. Every year we do a progress visit with them in November, but we decided to redo our transformation strategy, being our 10 years, and set some goals. The equivalent would be taking your car in and getting an oil change, wheel alignment, and just kind of a little tune-up. So we really have some great goals moving forward that we're really excited about. The whole theme is just to have downtown be connected. And then we did a little video at our downtown summit, so we're going to play that. Hopefully we've got some sound. Sorry, before we do that, I'll just go over some of the slides we did at the summit as well. In the past 10 years, we've had 150 facade enhancement grant projects that have been completed, which is over a $4 million both private and public investment. That's just a little bit under a 4-to-1 return on investment, which is fantastic, saving our historic buildings and just really improving the beautification of our downtown. We've also had in the past 10 years a little over 40 million private and public investments in our downtown in general. So that does include the facade enhancement grant programs, but this also does include, you know, alleys that we've redone, street sidewalks, private buildings that people have rehabbed and turned upper floor apartment units, revamping some of the indoor first floor units as well. So that to me just shows the dedication that our community has to keep our downtown viable. And then our events that we have, there's one tonight. It is the pizza party. So if you're a pizza lover, which I heard you say earlier, Commissioner, that you love pizza, make sure you come down to the pizza party tonight from 5:30 to 8:30. We're going to have, Bryce, how many vendors?
16.
16 vendors.
Wow.
Anything from actual pizza to pizza related items as well. But our events, we bring in thousands of people to our downtowns every year. And just in the past 2 years, we have brought over $600,000 in economic impact, and that's spending. That's based on the national average of each person spending about $20, which I think is on the low side because I know I spend more than that on a third Thursday, but I think that is a great economic impact, having our events downtown. All right, here's our little video.
Downtown Tiffin has always had a rich history, but over a decade ago, it was a history at risk of being forgotten.
As long as I can make it too, sorry.
Program through Heritage Ohio connected us to a strong network that helped us reimagine
Did Ben do this one?
revitalize our downtown. Since then, we've worked together to write a new chapter, one filled with color, creativity, and connection. This is the story of a community that rolled up its sleeves, believed in its potential, and brought its downtown back to life.
Downtown was not all negative because it really showed a lot of potential. I didn't feel that really it was in real bad shape at the time. I just think that it was just waiting to have kind of a rebirth, and it just needed our leadership with city government, with county government, a lot of businesses that were just kind of waiting for this opportunity. So we talked and kind of said, whatever we have to do to make this place our kids want to come back to, that's what we have to do. And slowly started to turn it into what it is now. And it's a place people want to live.
One of our first priorities
city administration a lot of credit because they understood that public money could be spent on private property because there really was a public benefit from that kind of investment.
I thought these people are investing money in things we cannot see, meaning the roofs and walls. So these buildings are going to be here for a while. That, to me, got me excited. It wasn't just cosmetic stuff that was going to change with the next owner or the next thing, but we really put money. The city, I appreciate everything they did by making it really concrete stuff that it's going to, those buildings are going to be here for another 50, 60 years because of those investments that were made.
Of course, great spaces mean even more when they're filled with thriving businesses. Over the past decade, we've welcomed 116 new businesses into downtown, from boutique shops and coffee houses to restaurants that have become local favorites. Our Business Enhancement Committee has been there every step of the way, helping entrepreneurs find the right location, navigate resources, and connect with the community. Each new storefront adds its own story, creating an energy that draws people in and keeps our downtown moving forward. A downtown isn't just a collection of buildings, it's a gathering place. And that's why we've worked hard to make this the center of activity in Tiffin. Through creative marketing and signature events like Third Thursdays, we've made downtown the place to be. From parades and seasonal festivals to live music and sidewalk sales, we've created moments that bring people together. These events not only strengthen our sense of community, they help our businesses thrive. None of this happens by accident. Behind every improvement, every event, every new business is a team of passionate people. Our board members, committee chairs, and volunteers give countless hours to make downtown thrive. Their dedication has earned us recognition from Heritage Ohio and 10 years of national accreditation. But more importantly, it's built a community that works together. Together, public and private partners have invested over $40 million into the heart of our city.
Somewhere in the process, I remember I had a member of my family that was younger and came back from college, and the best thing I ever heard come out of her mouth was, we went downtown, when did Tiffin become cool? That's awesome.
In 2015, we became a nationally accredited Main Street community. In 2025, we celebrate 10 years of progress, partnership, and pride. And we're just getting started. Here's to the next chapter of Downtown Tiffin.
So Tony, to answer, thank you. The Boat Arts did do that video for us, and they just do such a fantastic job. The beginning pictures, I went on Google Maps and Street View, and then you can go back years and see what the streets looked like. So I put in 2015 and gave those images to Ben. He was then able to put them in a program that brought those pictures to life and had cars go by and clouds go overhead. And when he showed us that, I go, how did you do that? You made those pictures just come to life. And then that last shot of where the East Green, what it used to look like, and then it transitioned into the current view. I thought that was really creative. They did a fantastic job. So that video is on YouTube on our downtown page, so feel free to share that and watch it as many times as you want to. So with the accreditation, and one more thing about Heritage Ohio, every year they have the annual conference. This year it's going to be in Canton, Ohio in mid-October, and we submit nominations every year for different categories of awards, and we are finalists in 5 different categories. So we're very excited and honored that Heritage Ohio has made us finalists, and we'll see if we can bring home some more awards. So, good? Awesome. Yeah.
So with that, I'll open it up for any questions you have for any member of the team. I think the nice thing is Don mentioned Heritage Ohio. We found out we're also finalists for the Ruby Awards, which is tourism. We brought some Chamber Awards last year, so at this point, our goal is to continue to world dominance is next, but for now, our big thing is that no matter what where the organization's called is, I think, whether it be TSET, whether it be Chamber, whether it be the Collaborative, wherever you call us, right? I think our job is obviously to serve the community. I think under this new model, we've had some really great conversations, but I've been very busy meeting one-on-one with a lot of our private partners. And I will tell you, they are very excited about the idea that, just efficiencies, right? I think, at the end of the day, like government, like our organization, even though we're not government, people want us to be efficient, effective, right? And if we can be lean and mean and serve our community, that's what we're here to do. So with that, I'll open up for any questions you have for myself or Adam or Donna. And just a snapshot of some of the stuff we're working on, but.
No, I think you guys did a great summer. We know you guys work hard every day to try to make Seneca County and the community a great spot to live, grow businesses and stuff on that. So it was, outstanding. So thank you.
I noticed the parade signs downtown. Who does that? Is that the downtown committee?
That's here. So we run the Heritage Festival and the Halloween
Way
parade.
better
So
this year.
yeah,
You guys did a nice job. You got the barcode on there.
yeah. Marissa's got So the downtown, the signs themselves is through the downtown, the city, but the parades themselves, we run the destination ones, that kind of thing.
Add all those.
Yeah, we're smart. I think we have like 92 different.
I noticed the difference.
92 different people
prominent
in the parade this weekend.
Nice.
I've seen that. Yeah, we got the list on that.
92, and if you can notice, the commissioners, I think, in the first 10. So
right.
you're welcome. You can go home and enjoy the rest of your day while the rest of the 82 behind you finish up. Yeah, Marissa actually won't be there either. So
out of the 88 counties in Ohio, does everyone have a chamber of commerce?
yeah, actually most communities have
Pretty
more.
much.
Most counties have more than one.
So you
I
have
would
a
say we're very
chamber,
lucky.
like cities could have them.
Yeah,
And
so
then does everybody have a visitors bureau?
not everyone's a visitors bureau. No,
Which we do.
not room clerks, lodging
And
guys.
economic development, does everybody have economic development?
I would say at this point, majority, whether they at least have one in the county, have an economic development entity, whether they be, community development corporation, or they have some type of thing, right, that exists. Most have.
Yeah, the structure varies on those,
How they're
but
set up.
everyone has some form of it, even if it's just a guy who works in the city or the county. But everyone has some form of it.
Not
It just
what we
varies.
have.
So like Sandusky County, they had for the longest time, Clyde has Clyde Scope, and then Bellevue, I think, had a person for a while. I think they maybe still do. Fremont has their own person, and Sandusky County with Bethlehem has. So, for example, Sandusky County, they have 3 to 4 people, that obviously are help with the entire county.
We have it all under.
Yeah, I think that's what makes us unique. There's a lot of communities out there. We also manage the Port Authority too, which is another good tool that wasn't talked about today. But I'll be honest, out there, I think just had a call on Friday with a larger community. A lot of people are trying to get to this model, but the hardest part is I think people, unfortunately, egos get in the way, pride gets in the way, that people aren't able to basically come together. And I think that's been fortunate for us. There's another community that I've worked a little bit with on their process, and they brought together 2 chambers in economic development, and it wasn't the prettiest process in terms of people. They had a chamber like, hey, I want to free some of these dollars that can only be used for chamber things. These dollars are only used for this thing. I'll be honest, there's been none of that for us, and it has to do a lot with our boards, right? Our boards, I think, know and trust our organization, trust the people that are within it. Because at the end of the day, it's our job to be good stewards of those dollars and the good stewards of our community. Because in all reality, it's not our money. It's our dollars that we just help mobilize and put in the right places.
Anything else?
I do. I appreciate you guys in the last year, since I've only been a commissioner for, 9 months or so, being a part of downtown development and getting to learn a lot, getting to go to Kent. Last week was it last week? It was earlier this week, the strategic transformation workshop, sitting in on that. And I think that's a really neat thing to do, being that it can become stagnant. With all the other communities, you start competing against everybody else, trying to do the same thing in other towns. If you don't, maybe make a readjust and take another step, level up, you don't go forward, you might even step back because everybody else catches up to you. So I think you guys are doing good things.
No, thank you. I do appreciate the commissioners. Obviously, when I started in December, we had some tough and hard discussions, right, about structure, about purpose, about priorities, right? And I think those are obviously hard discussions to have, right? Because at the end of the day, our job is having contracted services with the county and the city. Our job is to, in some sense, work in collaboration and fulfill the mission of the county commissioners in the city of Tiffin. And I think I appreciate those conversations, right? They were, again, not always the best ones in terms of like, hey, I think you should be doing this, or why are you here? These kind of things, right? But I think it's, we have the staff that works their freaking tail off every day. And I think that's one thing is, if you never have to question the work ethic, which is good.
I'm pleased too, you picked safety council, human resources, that's all part of business.
Yeah.
Keeping those things going.
Well, in some sense
bringing
too,
in
like
breath.
a lot of these historically have been, so-and-so works at this company and their job is to also be a volunteer.
Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, like, look, their first priority is their job, right? And then often situations like this, where like the HR association is ran in some sense by volunteers, well, you can't expect, a volunteer to maybe put as much effort as, they should be, because at the end of the day, they have a full-time job. So our job is help support, supplement, and kind of fill in the gaps. I don't wanna, if I'm not welcomed or our group doesn't make sense, we're not gonna say, hey, let's do it, but they came to us and said, let's figure it out. So we planned out all of their programming already for 2026 is already locked in. We've confirmed everyone. And we send the calendar invites, we run the registration through our office for safety council, through HR, through all that stuff goes through us. But again, then I just have to give Michelle from Old Fort Bank the list and say, hey, you'll have 30 people at your lunch next week. We've already ordered the food and here you go. And that's, our job is to make things easier.
Good to see you. Cool. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good? Good.
Awesome. Great.
You guys can sneak out or stay?
We'll stick around.
Okay. Katie.
I have to follow that?
Katie Cole.
I didn't know that I had to bring like fancy presentations, but I did learn a lot.
Back to follow.
So today I'm just gonna give an update as far as like how things in 4-H went over the summer. So I have been working on kind of doing a numbers, if you will.
Thank you.
Now that fair season is, our fair, I should say fair season is over. There are still some counties that have fairs coming up and such, but ours is always the end of July. So we wrapped up all things fair. But first, kind of want to just mention, beginning of summer is, the month of June is camp season for us. We had 150 youth participate in camp activities, whether it was our residential overnight camp up at Kelly's Island or our Cloverbud camp for youth 5 to 8 years old, and that was out at Meadowbrook. And then, and we provided a lot of scholarships for youth that needed assistance in attending camp, so happy to do so with that. As far as kind of after camp, then we roll into 4-H project judging. The week after the 4th is usually when we have project judging, and you'll see kind of that second paper gives you some numbers as far as how many youth took our various different projects, whether it was an animal or livestock project or our miscellaneous projects. So again, in 4-H there's over 200 projects for youth to choose from to take, and they can pretty much take anything they want as a project. So happy to see those numbers, and a lot of things actually pretty steadfast. The one thing that jumped out at me was like we had pretty decent numbers for feeder calves, considering they were very expensive this year. So, and then we also, I take pride in like our youth who do excellent work with their projects. Again, this year we had 13 that earned Outstanding of the Day and 3 clock trophies, which is the best of the best as far as like still projects. And we had 26 youth attend with animal or livestock projects, and of those 26, 21 of them either placed in their class, skillathon, or show and ship, or a combination thereof. So very proud of our kids and the work that they do.
And then also in here, you can see that as far as our livestock sale, we totaled around 720,000 and had around 730 buyers at our livestock sale this year. And then just a couple weeks ago, the end of August, we had our Grade A celebration to kind of, again, wrap up our year and celebrate. It's for any youth that get an A on their project, as well as our volunteers, Clover Buds, their families. Our numbers were up this year, and so we were happy to, we had a packed Sentinel, and we have that at Sentinel now, and it was full in there, so we were happy to see that. And it was a very nice evening to kind of celebrate all the work that the youth do and recognize our tenured volunteers and give out some awards and scholarships. So, and then I failed to bring some flyers of some upcoming things that we have going on, but right now our fall coloring contest is going on, and that is for youth ages 5 to 12. We have 2 different age categories. There'll be like a 5 to 9 division, and then 5 to 8 and 9 to 12. And the Extension Office, Rural King, Tractor Supply, and Ag Credit are all locations where you can pick our coloring contest sheets up and or drop them off. And those will be due October 13th. And then we have a fall fun day that we are planning for Sunday, November 2nd at the fairgrounds from 2 to 5. We now have a permanent Gaga Ball pit at the fairgrounds, which, if you're not aware, kids love that, and they'll be in it all day long. So we plan on doing that, painting pumpkins. Oh my gosh! You've got to just go see it.
Dive right in and do it, man.
Yep, jump right in.
I think Adam said he's gonna go try it out.
And then, yeah, we're kind of, our fair board and junior fair is already planning for our Christmas light display. So I think this will be, don't quote me, but I want to say year 3 or 4 for having lights at the fairgrounds for our community to enjoy. So that's a little bit of what's coming.
And it sounds like Emily's got it on accelerator again for this year.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
more stuff to it, so.
adding more stuff to it, wants to do like a walkthrough before opening the night, like the night before official opening. She wants to do like a walkthrough and different things. So yes, she's already adding
Can't hold
to
her back.
No.
Good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice report.
Appreciate it, yes.
That's awesome.
It's amazing as you talk, how things have transitioned over the years, because, back when they built the steer barn was full of steers, and how that's kind of, when you look at the big steers, 27, I mean, there used to be, 100 in
Yes,
there.
those,
Yeah.
yeah.
And how the goats have upticked, and the smaller your
Poultry.
poultry, and everything else is really, uptick on that, and stuff with how it's kind of transition stuff on that, so. But, yeah, like you say, it is shocking to see how many feeder calves were there with, when you got to spend $1,500 out of the pocket just to get a calf to begin with, and, feed it for several months and stuff on that, and you hope you get, worst case, break even and maybe make a little bit at the end of the day. But I think this year they did well, but as we know, markets go, it's going to be that time when there was somebody could get a bid on it. But that's part of the education of 4-H. I've been there and done that, so.
Yeah. Budgets. You good? Anything?
No, thank you.
Okay, jumping in commissioner reports. Brett, go ahead.
Okay, last Thursday night, we had a Township Association meeting. Bascom Communications and North Central Electrical both presented at that. with what do they call that? What mile part of that?
Middle mile.
The middle mile. That was pretty educational for me. I being the newer guy, I use it a lot lately. To know a little more how far that's reached. That was great. We had Budget Commission earlier in the week. It was a downtown development transformation strategy workshop, as we were talking about. They stole my thunder. I was going to talk about that, but which I thought that was a really great event. Again, trying to step up instead of just keep going this way. I think it was very, very, very beneficial. Yesterday I had the Seneca County STIR Leaders meeting. That's part of the Seneca County Opportunity Center. They have a group, what they consider leaders, involved, and that was really amazing. I mean, to be with those guys. They were so much fun. Yeah, the group putting the efforts that they have to additionally. Some of the things were pretty hard, and they were fun. So, and that relatively brings us up to date today.
Good job.
Okay, as Brent alluded to, also the Township Association, Julie Richards did have the new employees who were kind of the landfill oversight. She did introduce them there also, along with the other ones over there. Friday, Adam and I was over at the Erie Basin meeting stuff that in the morning, and they have on their website, they do have some revolving loan money available for several counties, so kind of a first come, first served basis for any business stuff on that, but thank you guys for putting that out there for another avenue for businesses to be able to get a few bucks and stuff to help with any of their enhancements that they need on it. So, yeah, kind of an exhilarating meeting stuff on it, so.
We actually do have that listed on our webpage now as well, just to make sure that that resource is also available. If, say, RLF isn't an option, the Erie Basin funds are a little bit less restrictive, so that's another option for businesses.
How many counties are in that? How many
Nine,
counties?
I think, yeah, there's.
Are there that many?
I think, yeah, there's
Erie Basin.
quite a few, yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite a few.
Quite a few of them, yeah.
The meme just got over with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's good you go, because
Yeah.
we weren't represented before.
Then Monday, CCAO had a district meeting, very insightful on a lot of stuff coming down the pike here that we need to be aware of. And, you know, you talk to other counties, there was a good turnout for that, and just kind of some brainstorming, some talk about budgets, and as we're getting into the budget season and stuff on it. You know, I think things are good, but we need to be apprehensive and kind of, you know, concerned what, you know, could be coming down and stuff on the pike and as things go with it. So, I mean, everybody's just kind of, you know, wait and see how things, and yeah, stuff like that coming, so. And then Tuesday had Budget Commission meeting, and followed that had Board of Revisions. We had another property that got in the land bank now, so that'll be working that process to get it back on the tax stuff once that's all done through the land bank then. This morning had FEDC, and was able to meet the new director there. It is Greg Allen, and also Crystal there's a new chamber director. So we got some new things happening over there, some new faces that's you know, kind of hitting the ground running, and I you know, think we're good to work together with, you know, the collaborative, and I think there's going to be some great stuff, you know, coming down the pipe with that. So they got, you know, a lot of projects. One of the projects they did talk about was the downtown Fostoria. They're going to have a park. It should be finished in the next couple months, kind of a jungle theme and stuff for the kids to kind of play at. And then, you know, Renee went into a lot of the upcoming expansions and stuff that will be, you know, forthwith coming out and stuff with it. So
Who's Greg Starr?
he's there now.
He's there.
Yep. Yeah, he gives his regards to me. Tony says that.
Yeah, go way back.
Yep.
Well, he's
So-
good people.
So yeah. So.
Real good people.
Yep. So that's what brings us up to this morning.
Yeah, nice report. The, on a broadband county update, Bascom Communications doing a great job of partnering with North Central Electric and expanding broadband in this. They gave an update on the middle mile, but then this next round of monies that will be invested, and it's a big number. we'll take it out even further. So it's never fast enough, but would they say, how many houses did they added 1,500, and this will add like 4,500 more houses to access to internet. I think this next round, I think that's what it was. So we're continuing to penetrate those hard to reach areas out in the country, and doing that through two member-owned businesses, right? Bascom and Central Electric. Yeah, it was a good update there, I thought. I went to, Brent and I went to Representative Click's golf outing. It was nice to see some other state officials and that kind of thing while you were representing us down in Lima. That was good. We had a joint EMS meeting, township meeting. You know, I'll leave it at that. So things are moving along pretty well. We had some budget discussions. There's always something going on.
Always.
Yeah, a lot of things. Back over to you now, I guess, Barb.
Well, last Friday I went to the Corsa annual meeting in Columbus. That's our property and casualty insurance. And we were told to expect up to a 10% increase in our property and casualty premiums, more than likely next year. So also wanted, just so that you're aware, how they rate that based on our premium is there's 5 different categories that they base that premium on. And the 2 biggest ones is going to be the property that you hold and the payroll that you have for the county. Those are the 2 biggest ones, and those are usually the ones that are the largest portion of everything. But there's also the, no, I can't remember, I didn't bring it with me, but there's 3 other categories, and they're a little bit smaller, and one of them is sheriff's deputies and detainees. I can't remember what the third one is, but they're smaller in nature, but they do affect.
Impact premium.
Mhm. So, you know, obviously your claims always affect your premium as well too, and we've had a couple larger ones. We've had a couple lightning strikes, so we've had a few bigger claims happen. So I know one of them was at one of the towers for EMA 911. I think that was in Bascom. So it's just, yeah, it's how it goes sometimes. So we're working through all of that, but just so that you're aware of that. Again, budget season, so you know, we're trying to make sure that we account for some of these increases and figure that out. Speaking of budget season, I was able to put together our budget hearings that we will begin next Wednesday. If you want to take that list. So next Wednesday we have 4. We're going to start with the auditor, the Common Pleas 2, Board of Election, and the recorder. We're just basically wanting to get an idea of their wants and needs, and you know, we can kind of, we'll just have to go through.
Okay,
and
there was an email, did one of these change? Was there something in there?
Martin Zimmerman, I had, we originally had something, we were going to try to do Tuesday morning, but then not realizing that OPWC was meeting to go through all of the issue 1
Which is
applications.
Maine, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I had talked to Mark's office, and she's like, well, we can't do anything that morning. I'm like, okay, so that means we have to move to the afternoon.
So that's all that.
So that's all it
Okay.
was. Yep, nothing major.
good.
So, but that's, we have a list going forward. So we'll do the 24th, and then the 30th, and then October 7th. So we've kind of broke them up a little bit. I tried not to
Just
put
work
too
with
many
them.
of them that were rather long in at the same time, but.
So just so the public knows, as part of the budget process, each department head turns their request in. And you might want to talk about the income certification when we're done. The 3 of us and Barb wanted to bring everybody in. So all department heads will come in, which hasn't happened for a little while. And every department will meet with us, and we will go over their budget with them, which we all feel is a great benefit to everybody. We're trying to understand where they're spending their money. We're trying to understand when we approve things, what it is we're approving. I think it's good. We're just looking at things differently. We read all our leases, we're looking at all our contracts, we're beating you up, Bryce, on your contract renewal. But we're trying to, we represent the taxpayers.
Yeah.
So I think the process is good. We're just gonna be in here having a hearing. They're
open public, yeah, they're
Public
public.
can come to the hearings and sit and listen, but it'll just be a dialogue with, talking about budgets. Probably no decisions will be made. It's
No.
more just of a hearing in the process. So Barb's put a schedule together. This is good. Yeah, are there a few more coming?
Yeah, we'll have to put it out for public notice, yeah.
And we'll
So-
put this out for public notice.
Yep,
and then-
it'll, and like we do,
Public
just like we
hearings.
do, we'll do it just like we do with our agenda. We put it out,
Okay.
24 hours before the start of the meeting, so the
good with-
Wednesday we'll put it out on Monday
Absolutely.
afternoon, so that it's out publicly, so.
Yeah, so
good.
nice job
Thank you.
there. Budget Commission?
Budget Commission met Tuesday, and they certified 23 million, which is $500,000 more than what they certified for 2025.
So we will have 23 million to work with, that we can't approve anything above, well, we can't approve anything above that. We're gonna have requests for 25 million. We've got 23 million to work with, so thus we begin the budget process.
It's a tedious process, but it's, we have to do it, so we'll get through it.
We'll do it,
and
yeah.
That way everybody's aware of wants, needs, and, what the commissioners feel we can handle. So, speaking of budgets, I had a call with Lauren from Job and Family Services yesterday. We're gonna work on, her lease the lease at Job and Family Services expires at the end of the year. We did an extension this year for 6 months, so that it kind of got us through the end of the year. So I'm gonna meet with her in a couple of weeks to start working on that lease to figure out where we go with that. But she also made mention that JFS is in need of 4 vehicles. I know this has been brought up before.
They didn't do it before?
We did not. So what happens is the county, the commissioners generally foot the bill, and then we sign a lease agreement with Job and Family Services, and they pay back that money over time, because they don't have it in their budget to do it. But they can budget for the lease payments. So, so that's just,
What type of vehicles, do we know that yet?
she gave me 2. One was a Ford Fusion.
No. We talked about this, did we talk about this year with them, or was this last year?
I think it was last
It might have been last
Yeah,
year that we
'cause
talked about it,
They wanted
and they
full
just
vehicle.
never
we
gave
never
me
did.
any
Yeah, so
information
he
to
needs to-
proceed with anything.
So go ahead with your question, yeah.
So the vehicles, the 2 that I am aware of, there's a Ford Fusion, and then there's a Ford Escape, and actually the Ford Escape actually let somebody sit on their way back from Columbus. So she says, she took that one in, and she says it's
They're
just,
in the red zone
it's
on
too
some.
much to repair it for the value that it is. So she is just requesting the look for, 4 vehicles.
They pay
They
us
pay us back.
back
It's
out of their
not, yes.
state money and things, but we have to.
We
have
front
to
the money,
approve it, front the
and,
money.
yep, we make the payment, and then they pay us back over time.
So you want to bring something to us? Is that how you-
I've requested a little bit more information from her,
Right, you can get involved.
and,
Yeah, I can.
things like that.
Yeah.
So we're working on that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I also want to tell you that they have applied for a grant through ODOT. They're not sure if they qualify, but they've applied. So hopefully, maybe we can get some money from that would, that would cover some of that cost.
When will they know?
That's a July. They won't know till July. It's like next July. So it's open now, and they don't do
But
funding
they need
until.
4 cars now, they're probably gonna need.
Well, I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's. I asked
You
for a
could-
vehicle
let's
list
bring
to
it to
kind
us.
of figure out what we were. So we are having that conversation. So.
We could make them that deal on that Fusion out here.
Let that impound Mercury Marquis.
Exactly, right.
Make them a great deal on that.
expedition long.
Yeah.
We
There's,
took
you
ours.
know,
Hey, if you're selling a marquee.
Today's your lucky day.
You're the guy.
so, but that, I just wanted to bring that to your attention, and I am working with Lauren on that, so,
Well, let's try
as
to
I have
help
a little bit more information.
new, and I know they're-
And what they do is they generally go to each of the dealerships and they find a vehicle and they, you know, if they have a vehicle,
Sprinkle it
they do
around.
have one vehicle that could possibly be traded in. So they're trying to figure out what the value is for that, and so they try to figure out, you know, best options, best cost, and then,
And maybe now they look at doing a couple cars if they got a grant ability to may take care, and then if something happens, they
Correct.
have a regime of cars that they can come out
correct,
here or
yeah.
something, too.
So
at least
it's,
get a couple.
yeah, it's just a matter of trying to figure out what we need to do with that, so.
They have to bake in their budget paying the payment.
Correct,
So
correct.
we're right and out of their budget.
Yeah, and if they do get the grant money, it's one of those that, you know, they get the grant money, they can just pay the commissioners back, you know, or they could use that to snowball into buying and, you know, just getting another vehicle or two.
I didn't
And
know if it'd have to be tied right in with a new car.
I
or
don't
not.
think it does. I think it's, I mean, you're requesting, because you don't, when you apply for the grant, my understanding was it was just, you're applying for new vehicles. You're giving them a range of whatever, and
So what do you think? What do we wanna, you're just gonna get more information?
I'm gonna get more information.
Brent, you get it
Yeah.
up to date. We were informed last year, so.
Yeah,
we
it's
could
just,
be updated,
yeah.
but
I think I
know
was
that-
sitting in the meeting and I heard the
You
discussion
might have
asked,
been in the
but I was
meeting.
not sitting here.
So,
Okay.
but yes, they did request it last year, and, you know, they never gave me anything concrete to work with, so.
Okay.
And then the last thing that I have, I would like to have our meetings, the first meeting on November 27th, or it would normally be on November 27th, because that's a Thursday, but it's Thanksgiving. So that meeting would be moved to Tuesday, the 25th. And that being said, I would like to move the remainder of the meetings in the month of December to Tuesdays because of the way the holidays fall. Our CCAO annual conference always falls on like a Thursday. I think Christmas falls on Thursday. And just, I guess, get it out there now so that, you know, everybody can be prepared for
I think before we talk
Tuesdays.
about moving the meeting, we should ask Shirley and Tom if it's okay.
Right, exactly.
Would it be okay with both of you if we had the meetings on Tuesdays instead of Thursdays?
Try to work it in.
Okay. Are we good then?
I think it just works easier for the month of December. That way we're not going long stretches
So you
without.
wanna make this
I-
for the whole month?
For the whole month of December, I would like to just do Tuesday meetings, if possible.
Yeah, we do it, because we'd have to have two, at least
Right,
two.
two changed anyway.
Correct,
Yeah.
so.
Three of them, actually, because of CCAO, because you have.
Yeah, because, there's quite a few of them that would have to be changed, so.
That's right, Christmas Day. and-
Christmas and New Year's and, yeah, so there's, I think it's just easier, then it's just a consistent
right.
Tuesday.
Everybody knows ahead of time far enough.
Yep, and I will make sure that everybody knows that going forward, and we'll get that taken care of.
Same time?
Same time, yeah,
place?
10 o'clock, Tuesday, just on Tuesday. I was hoping to have sales tax numbers today. The state has not posted those yet, so I am not going to be at next week's meeting, but I will get those numbers and Cheyenne can present them to you next week.
Yep, nor will I, so I have another.
Next week?
Yeah, so. there you go.
Cheyenne, we ready?
Ready
Clerk to the
TV?
board gets promoted next week to the hot seat. Okay, so you're going and Bill's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the two of you have to show up or there can't be a meeting.
And you got ditch hearings and
Yeah.
cheer hearings, so have
Jeez.
fun, yeah.
All right, we'll
It'll
be
be
ready.
good, it'll be
We'll
fun,
figure it
we'll be
out.
ready.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
we'll
make
figure
sure
it out.
everything's ready for you guys, so.
Operate that?
Do you know?
You better not operate that.
Guys,
It's a green button.
if not,
He doesn't-
you do it.
All he has to do is hit the green button.
We do, we have instructions
Yep,
here.
yep, you
Yeah,
got it.
so
just have to-
it's all good, it's all good, so.
But just make sure you don't dial a number for another, this is just for Sandusky County, don't call Crawford County.
Yeah, try and use that number, yeah.
Hancock or,
Yeah. So, and actually Hancock County will be calling us next week,
That's
so
all I have to do is-
just hit the green
Push the
button.
green button.
And then
You
it's
might
the
have to
red
sit
button to
over
hang up.
Yeah, we'll be good.
So-
We'll figure it out.
But other than that, that's all I had for my report.
Well, that's a good report, budget hearing. That's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
And I like it how you have time frames on it.
Yeah, and
Are
the-
you gonna run, how are we gonna run those? You gonna run the meeting or was
Well,
it
we'll just
a
have come in
fluid meeting?
and kind of,
Listen to
just
them?
discuss, yeah. kinda like
It's just
when
an
we go
open
through
discussion,
Yeah.
that's all it is. There's,
Yeah.
and everyone's asked me, what do I need to bring? I just need to know what you put in for your budget.
So
We
you
want to
gave
know.
us, we have a copy of what everybody
Yep.
requested,
Yep,
so we would have that with us.
it's that big long, that big,
I just got
I
it.
just,
Yeah.
yep, I printed it
Okay,
yesterday
so if we
for
bring
you.
that with
Perfect, that
us-
way we
Yep,
can
and
look at
I
it
can
ahead of time.
actually, even when we do the budget hearings, I can probably pull up their information and put it on the screens for you as well,
Yeah, that'd be good.
so.
And if there's anything specific that jumps out, that would be the time to
Mhm.
address it. And then also at that meeting, it's the IT.
Yeah, we need to talk to them about that.
I think we should yield a couple minutes to Commissioner Bustecker about the computers, because that's a
Mhm.
big deal,
Yep,
right? Like,
absolutely
You guys
is.
need to get us, so I
Mhm.
think from our end, we would want to put that in there. Are we gonna, we're gonna talk about everything but pay raises?
Yes,
So
I
we do
think.
not talk pay
But we're not-
raises?
yeah, without-
Everybody put
I'm
in
asking.
Yeah.
flat, because, that was what they requested.
So we like to do our budget without pay raises, and then at the end, we have a discussion about adding a pay increase to all accounting officials over that meeting, right?
Yep.
So I'm good. I'm just trying to get the, we won't talk formally until then.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to add for that meeting?
No,
There'll be no pay raises, you'll talk a little bit, we'll be ready.
Yep.
Okay. On old business, I just want to, for public knowledge, so, like, we have separate committees, so when Commissioner Frankert goes to Lima by himself to the CCAO while we're out at Gary Klitzkoff on, I appreciate all of you, I know all of you appreciate all of us, but we bring copies back. So Bill went to that meeting, right? And we each get a big copy and you mark it, so I appreciate that. Brent does the same thing. And so that's how we operate. We're on separate committees, we can't be everywhere, we don't go together to the same meeting. But we make copies and give it to each other, and Barb's included. So that works out great, so we can stay informed, and I think that's important, that we keep doing that. Just want everybody to know that's how we do it. Any old business? Any other old business?
Possibly.
Yep.
I don't know if it qualifies as old business or new business. We need to get an IT committee meeting put together. And since I have not been on that, I think you were, right?
We can set it together and
Yeah.
I'll pass the baton to him. Yeah.
That's fine, we need to
We'll do
do
that.
that
We can do that
because
right
I'm
after
hoping to
this.
try to get RCR, because I've handed them the policy program information from me to try to have them help hone that down
We'll
and
get
then
that
get
set.
it in front of the IT committee.
You get some
So we
dates.
can
I will
get-
be part of the email, passing the baton, and then I'll get out of it. So we have an IT committee, but we only meet as needed, and we have not met
It's probably
a
been a
year,
year.
a
and a
year
half.
plus.
Yeah.
So we're handed, Brent's now gonna run the meeting, so
And
that's a big meeting, actually. And it's important that you get people here, and so you just have to kind of figure out a time. Maybe we do a feeler email one time.
Well, I've told a couple that we need to do that soon, like Julie's pretty involved, I assume she was already on
Yeah,
that
she's on the IT committee.
I don't see why
So-
you can't do it. Just, why don't you do it and just say,
I think it's just a commissioner
Yeah.
needs to be on it.
Well, it's just,
so-
I've been there for 6 years, I've
Yeah.
been on it. So
Yeah.
it's your.
Yeah, I don't have a problem of
I
doing
think
that,
you
I
can
just
do it.
want to make sure I
Thank you. No.
ask you
it's
all
great.
before I go and do that.
You good? Frank?
yeah, and that's what, and I just say.
I'll give you the
committees
file, I'll
too.
give you my file.
Oh, as far as keeping this update, I mean, as committees, sometimes we'll meet for a year or so, do we have them update? I know insurance, some's fallen off, are we working to keep the same entities and
Yes.
stuff on, but I thought there's a few missing on the.
The insurance, there is only one seat that is open on the insurance committee, and it was kind of an at-large position or seat, so
Is that the one Sharon Steele?
Sharon Skeel was on, and so I would have to go back and look to see if if we actually need that additional at-large seat, because also Ginger from Job and Family Services sits on that committee, and I don't know if she represents the union or if she represents as an
So
at-large.
it might be something to figure out.
So, yeah, I
So-
kind of want to take a look at that.
Commissioner Franker makes a good point. We have these committees, and almost all of them were set up before we became commissioners and you became administrators. So what you have to do is go back in time and find the resolution, right, Cheyenne? We have to pull the resolution, and in 2016, you know, the insurance committee was formed, and it was signed, and it's made up of these people. The IT committee was formed, we pull a resolution. So the commissioners, we want to follow the current resolutions, and we always have the ability to amend the committee rules, but with a new resolution and talk about. So we should probably, it's a good timing, that's a good point, we should probably make sure we have the IT committee
Yeah, I
resolution.
don't know, besides Julie.
I
who's
might
all
have
on
it,
that.
I think I might have it, but if not, the clerk to the board can find it. And you'll have that. And then sometimes we just need to update it. To
Right.
bring it up to
Sure,
the
right.
times, things have changed or whatever. But that's really what governs us, right? I'm just, so everybody understands how we work this. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. It's just when committees haven't met for a while, like who's on the committee?
Right.
You have to go back and,
Yeah.
and we haven't met. Yeah, but we do have a process to do that. You good? Old
Yep.
business? All right,
Yep,
we'll
that's
jump
it.
into new business. Barb, supplemental appropriations.
Okay, I have a couple for general fund. The first one being salaries in the amount of $1,156.88. This is actually a vacation payout that falls under Common Pleas 2, which is Judge Shuff's office. And he has his own policy manual for his employees, and his policy manual allows for a 1-week payout for vacation
If they don't use it.
if they don't use it. So that's what that is for. And then the other from general fund is the food and kitchen fund, line $69,000. This is for the sheriff's office for the remainder of the year. And then I also have out of general fund services for the jail, $100,000. This is for the utilities for the remainder of the year. And then I have also out of general fund, the group employee insurance of $176,000. This is for the remainder of the year, and this is to make sure that the amount that is coming out of general fund gets put into our insurance fund so we can make the premium payment. So we do a calculation based off all employees that are in general fund.
Okay, I'll wait till you finish.
And then general fund, the last one for general fund is contract services in the amount of $10,000, and this is for KKR Consulting. She's doing some work for us, so we just need some additional money to make sure she can be paid. And then I have the Seneca County Employees Health Fund, which is for health insurance premiums in the amount of $751,000. This is for the remainder of the year so that we can pay the premiums, put it on a purchase order. And then Capital Projects Fund, the Northwest EMS Station, $15,200. This is for Bettsville. We're going to put in we're basically doing a room renovation. We have 2 large bedrooms, and Chris thought best that maybe, or the Joint Ambulance District thought best that we take one of those bedrooms and split it and put a wall up. So we have 2 separate bedrooms, and then the one other larger bedroom can become a training room or something that they can do.
That'd be plenty big enough.
Absolutely.
Those spaces
That
are big.
space is probably half the size of this room.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good size. So then I also have Pivot Fund for salaries in the amount of $30,000. This is for the remainder of the year. And then I have also from the Ambulance Service Fund, hospitalization of $60,000. This is for the remainder of the year. And that is all I have for supplementals.
Can I make a motion, we approve supplemental?
I'll second.
Now, discussion? You know I'm gonna ask you, so that, that group insurance. Does that
insurance?
come out of the fund or what's?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I I had to bring my,
It's because we have more employees.
we have more employees. There's actually 30 more
So this is
employees
new-
on medical
this is new
insurance
money.
now.
This is above the budget.
Correct. Because we have more employees on, and some of those come from general fund.
This
We
comes
pull-
out of the top right corner.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have more employees now on insurance than when the budget was initially approved. And as we go through the year, we try to maintain that, but as I did some calculations, and these are just, I did averages for the remainder of the year. I took the first 9 months and did an average, so I could maybe calculate for the last 3 months. So I'm hoping I don't have to come back for any more money, but that just is dependent
We're
on,
moving money to make sure we.
to make sure that we can pay the premiums. And what happens is, each department gets charged, and if you're a general fund department, it comes out of this specific insurance line. It doesn't come out of that department's budget. It comes out of this specific insurance line in general fund.
Good? Good, so public knows, this is the other part of the budget. You start the year, we have 270 people on our health plan. We hire people, you bring in somebody, they're married, now they're on the family plan, they're $2,500 a month, you know, you didn't know, so we're at 290.
Yeah, 297 actually.
So we're 127,000 short in our insurance line. When we started the year, we budgeted head count, new premium, we baked some other stuff in there, but this stuff happens.
You don't,
throughout
yeah,
the
you
year.
don't know how insurance is gonna change. People get
That's what
married.
scares us in
you
our
know.
budget process, right? You
Yeah.
just can't spend
Somebody,
23
yeah,
million.
somebody loses, you know, a spouse loses the job that was having the health
and then
insurance and they
somebody
have to go
comes on and
on.
it just
There's
gets-
all kinds of things that happen here, and that's why I'm asking for that
So
additional money.
that's a good one. And the 750.
The
is
750?
part of this?
Yes.
You just
So-
appropriate.
so,
You don't
yes.
Move it all over.
No,
to
so what
there.
happens, so that 750, it will pay the premium for the next 3 months.
So are we
So-
appropriating money we need for the rest of the year?
Yes, yes.
So we can
So-
find out really what our cash.
So I'm
is.
hoping, and my big hope is that in December, I don't have to come back to you for additional money.
Yeah.
So that's why I did the average, and I did the past 9 months that we've paid, and did an average to kind of see, and just based off an average, it might not even be accurate either. But I tried to get the best calculation I
I
could.
think it's good you're appropriating, so because you get a false sense of cash on hand.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of cash on hand, but we haven't really appropriated money to finish the rest of the year.
Yeah. There,
That needs to
and,
be appropriated.
and
So
I
that's
can-
what you're doing here.
right, and I can also say with the one for the services for the jail, that $100,000 for the utilities, again, you don't know what utility, actually, the cost of electricity has gone up,
Yeah.
3 cents, I think, per kilowatt hour.
Even with us in Palmer. You good with all this? Like, what, good?
So it's, I'm
Well, you're
just
always-
trying to
you're
make
always
sure that
trying.
we have, and there may
Sure.
be, there may be a little bit more money that we have to come back for maintenance, contract services, again, to cover utilities and some of the other maintenance costs that we've been dealing with to try to get buildings back to par, I guess is.
Good timing. We want to clean up 2024.
2025 before we get to
go into next
2026.
year. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just, so I'm just making you aware that,
See what
we
we
try to
got.
budget, but you never know what's gonna happen, and
It's good.
so that's what I've got.
You good?
Yeah.
And I think one of the things we need to start thinking about and talking about too is for budgets for next year, also for grants and stuff too, capital and all that stuff, kind of get our list updated and stuff on that to see where we want to go for, larger grants and stuff like that. So we have a lot of building stuff and.
Ag projects.
Yep.
Okay, so any other discussion? This is good. We have a first and a second. Hearing now, roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes, so supplemental appropriations are approved. Moving on to resolutions.
Resolution for the amendment of Resolution 25-126 regarding Seneca County Health General District special counsel. We are, looks like we are increasing the 2025 amount to a total of $80,000 for litigation.
So move.
Second.
Okay, roll call there.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franklin?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made to the general fund. This is in the amount of $1,156.88. It's coming from the general special projects to general fund. This covers the vacation payout for Judge Shuff's office.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Last resolution that I have is amending Seneca County Board of Commissioners Personnel Policy Section 8.08A, effective September 18th, 2025, and I will read you what the amendment is. This is to amend the use of county vehicle. The use of county motor vehicle shall be by county employees under regular circumstances. If an employee needs assistance in operating a vehicle, he or she may allow a non-employee or volunteer to operate the motor vehicle as the employee deems appropriate under the facts and circumstances.
So move to accept the resolution.
I'll second.
Discussion, so this falls under reading our policies and getting alignment. So in practicality, what we just are asked to vote on, we've been doing, but we haven't really, it hasn't aligned with our insurance policy and our policy manual. So if EMS, for example, is on a call and there's 2 EMS personnel in a vehicle, and both personnel need to be in the back of the vehicle on the way to the hospital attending to the patient, and there's a volunteer fireman there, hey, can you jump in and drive us to the hospital? Happens. It's been happening for years. We wanted to make sure the county and everybody was protected on that. So we looked into our manual and we found this, and Derek reviewed it, and we talked to our insurance company, and this kind of covers everybody. So that's a good example of, it's a good catch on Barb's part, where we're just looking at little things like that. And this takes care of that. You guys want to add to it? Something that simple?
It's also if a commissioner or myself would be incapacitated out and about in a county vehicle, and another county commissioner from another county, say Sandusky County, is able to drive the vehicle back to Seneca County, they would be able to do that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I might need it.
Yeah. So we have a first and a second, little explanation there. Go ahead for the vote.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Nice job on that one, Barb.
Thank you.
Good catch.
That's all I have, gentlemen.
Okay, good. So we're done with, we're finished with our business, public comment. Anybody want to talk? Is good? Mr.
I
Bridewell.
just want to make a comment. I'll probably remember in December that they've changed. But I don't want to miss what I missed and seen today here.
Yeah.
This was fabulous. This from all 4 of these people right here.
Well, good.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to have to be reminded as well, so. Now, we'll make a note right now for Barb to remind Shirley. No, she won't have to be reminded.
There'll be a reminder at the meeting before that we're going to Tuesday, so it won't be forgotten.
Well, we appreciate you coming and your insight. Meeting adjourned, so the next meeting